Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're literally looking at the ground beneath our feet through a completely different lens. We're going to uncover the profound differences between Western and Eastern philosophical views of the Earth. If you've ever felt that our modern approach to nature feels a little disconnected, well, you definitely aren't alone. We're about to explore a massive paradigm shift. We're talking about moving from looking at the Earth as just, inert physical matter to actually seeing it as an active, condensing force of life. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover East versus West philosophies, the Eastern triple structure, yin-yang and samje, triadic systems, the power of land, and finally, a paradigm of coexistence.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, East versus West philosophies and their fundamental differences.
So, the familiar Western view is deeply material. It relies really heavily on form and matter dualism, basically separating physical substance from transcendent ideas. Think of it like looking at the isolated building blocks of reality. But the Eastern condensational view, it flips this script entirely. It emphasizes relationships above all else. It looks at the interactions between a transcendent heaven and immanent heaven, meaning the heaven that exists right here, dynamically within the Earth and the real world. In the East, reality isn't really about what things are made of, it's about how all those things interact.
Moving on to Section 2, the Eastern triple structure and its foundational components.
Let's break down this somewhat dense term so we can clearly understand how it operates. Traditional Eastern thought organizes reality into what's called a triple structure. Think of this as a three-dimensional blueprint of the universe. Up at the very top, you have the transcendental heaven, known as Sangje. Right below that is the inner heaven, essentially the sky or the cosmos that we actively interact with. And finally, the physical heaven and earth, the actual ground we stand on. This isn't just some static hierarchy, though. It's a highly dynamic system where heavenly gods, earthly spirits, and human spirits all have very distinct interactive roles.
So the crucial point is, how do these cosmic forces actually split up their jobs? Under what's called the Jiangan principle, they operate almost like a giant mechanical system. The sky acts as the assimilator. It gathers up and unifies all this invisible energy. But the Earth? The Earth is the condenser. It takes all that invisible, floating energy from the sky and physically condenses it into actual shapes, vessels, and, well, life. The Earth isn't just passively sitting there, it's actively condensing the cosmos into the physical reality we can see and touch.
Which brings us to Section 3, Yin-Yang and Samje, the three-way system. Now, you likely recognize the yin-yang concept, right? But in the Eastern framework, this connects directly to Samje, which is the three-way system of heaven, earth, and human. And this brilliantly illustrates how the concept of Samje actually expands outward into yin-yang and the five phases, creating a totally complete blueprint for the natural world. And then, conversely, yin-yang converges right back into that heaven-earth-human triad. It's this beautiful, continuous loop where these philosophies combine their attributes to form the absolute bedrock of Eastern thought.
Let's move to Section 4, Triadic Systems and Fractal Expansion.
If this all seems a bit foreign, it's actually really fascinating to compare these triadic structures side by side with Western thought. The Eastern system views literally all things as a complex fractal expansion of three core components: heaven, earth, and human beings. But hey, the West uses triads too. Just think of Immanuel Kant's philosophical systems, or the theological structure of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. It seems both hemispheres of human thought instinctively use these three-way fractals to make sense of reality. The East just specifically uses the human body and its direct relationship to heaven and earth to illuminate both the natural and social sciences.
All right, Section 5, the power of land and the importance of earth.
So, what does this actually mean for the physical ground beneath our feet? Well, in traditional Eastern thought, the Earth is absolutely not just inert dirt and rock. Because of its specific role in the inner heaven, the land actually has a deeper, way more profound relationship with life than the distant transcendent heaven does. I mean, this is exactly why Feng Shui is so critical. It places the Earth as the absolute center of the five faces. The Earth is literally seen as the core axis for human liberation, or Heiwan, and Sangseng, which translates to mutual coexistence. The land is a vital, active partner in the whole relationship between humans and nature. And that leads us perfectly into Section 6, a paradigm of coexistence and its modern application. Now, what's really interesting about this is the ultimate payoff. The true uniqueness of the Eastern condensational view is that it offers a massive paradigm shift for us right now in the modern world.
If we can just stop viewing the Earth purely through a materialist lens, as just stuff to be extracted, used, and thrown away, and instead view it through this relationship-based lens, we completely rediscover the vitality of the land. It offers just immense possibilities in modern ecology by prioritizing a harmonious interaction rather than sheer domination.
Which leaves us with a final, really vital question to ponder. If the Earth is an active, condensing force that we are in a direct three-way relationship with, how does that change the way you step outside tomorrow? By integrating this worldview centered on coexistence, we gain a profound framework to potentially overcome our modern ecological crises. It challenges us to rethink our place, not as rulers of inert matter, but as vital partners in a living, breathing system. Thank you so much for joining me for this explanation, and I hope this leaves you eager to look at the ground beneath your feet in a completely new light.